Three. Hello, everybody. Let's welcome Michael Ashley to our Fireside Chat 1015. Michael is the owner and creative content specialist of Wordsmiths. Welcome.
Thank you, Kathy. It's good to be here.
It's so amazing to have you here. And we've known each other for a little bit here, actually quite a while. And I have been so impressed by the work that you do. I'd like for you to tell our audience a little bit about what your business is.
Absolutely. So my business is turning our clients into thought leaders through the power of the written word and storytelling. And so that can occur in many forms. It could be through a ghost written book. It could be through articles. It could be through scripts or blogs or articles or web copy. But really the core of it, though, is thinking about ways in which we can elevate their profile through storytelling and through words.
Wow. I mean, as we were all being raised, books were just the most important thing to me. And, I was raised in a time when TV was a novelty. It wasn't an expected event at everybody's house. And,
Right.
and so books were so important. And I think we've lost a little bit of that as we've, matured as adults and so forth. And so having someone like you bring it back into reality and have it be so important in today's society, I think is great. So tell us about today. The environment today, COVID, how are you navigating through it and helping others?
Absolutely. And hopefully I'm bringing books back for the people because we need them.
I want them back. I love my books, as you can see.
I love both of those books, actually.
Oh, I'm so glad.
So I would say that at this moment, it's filled with uncertainty.
Mm-hmm.
And if you think about what life is, for most people, nothing is scarier than what's uncertain. That's why we are afraid of the dark. That's why AI is really helping so many people, because it's to mitigate uncertainty, that which we do not know. However, I would go a different path and say this. If you think about it, uncertainty is what makes life worth living. If we know the spoiler to a movie, do we really want to watch that movie?
You're right.
It might feel frightening to not know what's out there, but that also makes us more alive. And so if you think about, actually going back to books for just a moment, Ernest Hemingway would say that the best you can do in life is to live at the edge between life and death. And that's why he was really interested in people that do bullfighting, especially in Spain, because those people would go out day after day and they would take their lives in their own hands, and they felt really, really alive. And so I'm not trying to downplay the severity of this moment by any means, but I would also say that we should probably get away from safetyism. Because safetyism is also destroying our ability to live, to function, and to trust other people. And so at this moment, though we are very afraid, I think we should also take this moment to be braver than we ever imagined and try to fight through all of the scary feelings that we're having at this moment. And the best thing that we can do when we're acting brave is also to be compassionate to other people and think about ways that we can support them now, especially in their business. As opposed to thinking about what's in it for us, let us go from a place of what's in it for the other person and really find ways that we can be of service.
Wow, that's amazing. And it's so important that we all get that message. I just love what you do for others and how you're always giving back as well. Tell us a little bit about that, your activities and the community and that sort of thing.
Sure. So with my business, I did say it's the power of words. I did say it's the power of storytelling, but actually we go a little bit further than that. So for many different clients, I serve as a sounding board and a brand strategist. So I'm helping them from a communication standpoint. And what I do is, especially if it's a new product or if it's a company that's trying to understand what their messaging is, I go through a very thorough worksheet that answers questions such as, what is their brand? I.e., what is the promise that you're making to your prospective customers? What is it that you provide in terms of your value proposition as to what makes you different? And how are you solving the pain points and challenges that your clients face? And of course, probably most important of all, who is your audience? Because it's really very important to drill down, who is it that you're trying to reach? And so my business is not just about using words and storytelling, but it's ways that we can be more effective from a communication standpoint.
Well, I personally have talked to people that are your clients and doing my research before this interview, and on a 1 to 10, they rate you a 12. So it's the fact that you have that brand awareness, that you are so deep in entrenched into industries and businesses, and you do all this research for all the books that you write. And so you have this unique perspective to make us all better. And I just really admire that. The last question, but not least, is why do you do what you do?
Why do I do what I do? Well, I do what I do because I want to make the world a better place. And
Oh, wonderful. I love that about you.
thank you. There's a quote by Gandhi, which is be the change that you want to see. And
Hmm.
I think it's really important that we do this. Oftentimes we feel as if nothing we do really makes a difference. The world is such a big place. There's so many people out there. What can I
Hmm.
really do? And
Hmm.
I think that that's very disempowering. But if we move to a place that we can, just one person alone, make a
Hmm.
difference,
Hmm.
then that spreads in a good way. It's a ripple effect. It's an emergent phenomenon.
Yes.
And so my particular talent happens to be writing and storytelling, and I want to use
Yes.
that as a tool for good in the world and be part of that larger conversation.
That's amazing. Well, it's been so exciting to sit and talk with you for a few minutes and get to know more about you and be able to share that with all of our listeners. But just keep on making the world a better place and just keep spreading that message. Sprinkle that goodness everywhere. Okay, Michael?
I
Because
will.
we need it today. Thank you so much. And I really have enjoyed our meeting.
Me too. Thank you.
Bye bye.